DJ Druboogie, who has been DJing for the Trenton Skates sessions pretty much since it started back in summer of 2022.
Hi there.
Tell us a little bit about your history as a DJ, how you got started, how that eventually morphed into DJing at skate rinks and so forth.
All right, so I started DJing somewhere around 1986 with a little bit of equipment, and I eventually started doing DJ competitions around 89, and then soon after that I was just practicing at home, a little bit of people's house parties. I was DJing in high school, and then once I got a car, I went to the Rink in Bergenfield for a job.
Okay.
And that's where I got my first DJing gig, resident gig at the Rink in Bergenfield.
Okay.
Doing the kids sessions.
Okay.
And then eventually, after that, I actually started skating. That was somewhere around 92, between 92 and 94.
Right. So it's been quite a while.
It's way back. And so I started going to the adult sessions, the Saturday night sessions where DJ Mario was playing. So then I got hooked at that point. That was everything. I started hanging around all of the people that were in all of the Rink videos. Eddie, Chuck, Terry, Brian, all of those people who frequented the Rink. And they would also go sometimes on Saturday nights. And Mario was where I really learned what an adult session was at the Rink. Soon after that, started skating in other places. But once I caught that bug, that was that was the standard for me as far as DJing excellence, DJing for a skate crowd, and learning what was going on. And I never wanted to touch a non-adult skating session again.
So did you eventually end up doing adult sessions at the Rink in Bergenfield?
I did. They, at some point, somewhere between 97 and 98, or 96 and 98, they had, for some reason, stopped using Mario on Saturday nights.
Okay.
And then they decided to put me in there.
All right.
And because I was the only one of the DJs that
and
had
you were really young at the time, too.
I was young, yeah. And I was one of the only DJs capable of doing it, but I was not capable of actually doing it. I had all my crates of records, but I wasn't really ready. But I said, I'll try.
You were on the job.
I did it. It paid really well, and I did it for as long as I could until they put Funkmaster Flex in there.
Okay.
That's when I was replaced, and then I moved to Sundays, where I really took it seriously because I had a crowd that was ready to take in this kind of skate music. Mm-hmm. So I was playing all those classics that we all know from back then.
That's what I was about to ask. What do you mean by skate music?
Yeah, the disco classics, the 80s R&B, the 90s R&B at the time, because that's all it was, of course. A little bit of hip hop. But not so much hip hop because, Saturday night turned into straight hip hop night.
Right.
Funkmaster Flex.
Right.
And DJ SNS. And they killed it. They killed it every week.
Yeah.
So much so that it brought so much trouble to the Rink. But
unfortunately,
I was able to see through that, and also through Mario and skating at sessions with Big Bob and Skate 22 with DJ Brian and Supreme and Ronnie. I can't remember his DJ name, Ronnie. But he DJ'd at Edison on Wednesdays, and so we went to all these different places. I was able to really learn what is needed for the adult sessions.
Right, because DJing as a skate DJ is very different than club DJing or competition DJing.
Right.
Any of that stuff. Because you have to be able to spin so many different styles and tempos and do long mixes and have things not be abrupt from tempo to tempo.
Exactly. But it was after DJing at the Rink, or while I was DJing at the Rink, that I realized I don't even want to look at DJing at clubs for dancing because it is not because it's not the same.
Right.
And because it's more exciting to see people skating to your stuff than it is for dancing.
Yeah.
To me anyway. So so I caught that bug and went full in on Sunday nights. Skate DJing, buying records. And I was alternating with DJ Tony. DJ Tony was a guy who DJ'd with CDs. So those weeks I got to skate. Right. And then the next week I would DJ. Okay. So whenever you hear somebody talking about, oh yeah, I remember, Drew from the Rink days. Right. That was, that's what they're talking about. That's those Sunday nights that I used to DJ.
Makes sense. So you mentioned competition DJing. What does that mean? Because that's how you kind of got started as a DJ.
Right. So competition meaning technical skills, trick mixing, making new beats out of two different records or, two songs and things like that. And I did that in '89. And I won DMC US in 1997. I got third place in '99 when I competed again. And I went back in 2008 again and won the national, and then I got second in the world. It was a big gap of time.
Back again.
Right. Because after '97, I was still, while I was competing, I was still DJing and skating at the Rink.
So it's totally different kinds of DJing.
Exactly.
Different focuses entirely.
Exactly. So, but even though I was one of those pain in the neck DJs that was scratching all the time but when I started doing Sundays, then I learned to take it easy and, not
taper
do
that
so
down
much of that
a little bit.
And back it off. I can keep the skate DJing at the skate spot and the competition DJing at the competitions and, keep all the real technical stuff for that.
Makes sense. And, maybe you could send me some of those competition videos and we could put a little clip of it in here somewhere so y'all can see what you can do. So, Trenton Skates, how did you get involved with Trenton Skates? Why did you come out in the first place? How did you find it? All that stuff.
Because I was here
in the Trenton area.
During the pandemic, and 2020 rolls around. I'm bored. I see Terry, right? Our friend Terry St. John, and he, for some reason, I decided I wanted to start skating again.
Okay, so you took a big.
I took a big somewhere around 2010. I had stopped skating entirely. Okay. I was not very inspired. Years. Right. And I came back and I started trying to skate again. And then I started tapering off again. I started getting bored. And I was like, I don't feel like going all the way to Branchbrook to go skate.
Right, because the Trenton area is about an hour.
It's an hour away.
Branchbrook.
Right. And then I saw your post on how you had people over at Cadwallader Park. I had no idea that the park existed. So I said, all right, well, it's free. I don't have to drive an hour away.
Right, 10 minutes.
let's see what it's about. And then I started going, and you had your little Bluetooth speaker going, and I'm skating around, right? And we're talking, you know, on and off, and we're skating, and then I'm like, you know, I know how to DJ for skate stuff. I haven't done it in 20 something years. But I was like, I know I got a bunch of older music. I could learn some new music, and then, you know, maybe let me get a couple speakers and bring some stuff here and see what happens. Right. And then lo and behold, I come, bring the stuff, I DJ the first time, and then it blows up after that. Right. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, it was around that time we started bringing in live DJs that it just grew, and it kind of snowballed into whatever it is now.
Right. So the reason
got a mind of its own.
The reason it happened to happen was because I was sitting at home bored, and I didn't want to go to Branch Brook. And I went to the park, and then I just saw that. I was like, well, maybe this could be made something. Let me break some speakers out and see what happens. Right. And it worked out nicely. And it was addictive because, you know, as more people started coming, I'm playing good songs. People are like, oh, you playing some fantastic music. And, you know, real skaters start coming out and really moving to it. And I got that whole feeling again that I used to get back on Sundays in the 90s.
And that's really it. It's like not even about, you know, we're out in the park, we don't charge any money for it. Everyone's just volunteering to run it over there, and we feed off of the energy on the floor.
That's what it's about. It's inspiring like that. It just keeps it going.
Right.
Of course, I still want to skate, so we are able to alternate DJs so that I can get on the floor and be able to do my thing. Yep.
Exactly. So definitely follow our Instagram at Trenton Skates, spelled like this, Trenton Trenton Sk8s. Follow that on Instagram. There are announcements. You could also look up Trenton Skates, same spelling, on Facebook. You'll find our Facebook group. So we'll be back over there Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday. Drew will be behind the turntables.
That's right.
We're going to have a good time, and hopefully we'll have a great season. So thank you, Drew, for coming by and chatting, answering some questions. So this gives you a little chance to meet Drew. And I will, you know, fit some videos in here as well. Maybe a video of you skating. Send me a video of you skating.
Yes.
We could put that in here as well. And yeah, hope to see you on Wednesday.